Well, g'day tubes. Happy April 4th. Welcome to Canada. Yes, we woke up to about 6 inches of snow this morning. Yay! Holy freaking crap. All of a sudden, we got winter again. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good most all winter. Snow, but not really lots. And now we got 6 inches. Oh my goodness. I am so tired of winter. It's not even funny. I can't even hardly walk over the old bridge here. She's all 6 inches of white fluffy garbage. So I guess I gotta go out and do those roads. Oh man. We were getting some nice warm temperatures there for quite a while, and now it's back to big W. Big old winter. So that sucks. Oh, pardon me. Anyways, I won't film, of course, won't film plow and snow here because, one, it's extremely really cold out today. Two, it's still kind of snowing. And I've only got my Sony camera today. I didn't kind of expect snow. So I didn't, hands frozen already. I didn't charge up my GoPros and stuff, so. But you guys have seen snowplow videos before, so. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Just lovely. But anyways, yeah, it's a little bit too much for the sweeper. So we won't be doing that. But other than that, I don't know what we're doing today, so I'll get at that and then we'll catch you when we come back in. Well, there's going to be a little bit of footage here clearing some snow in a minute or so. I think right about now. It's almost 8 o'clock. I must have been hooking on the plow, and it was a weird plowing day today. There was quite a layer of, like, I guess the asphalt underneath was kind of warm, maybe from the sun or something, and there was quite a layer of like wet, mushy kind of stuff. Not like a huge layer, but enough that, you know, it made her kind of work a little more than I was kind of expecting. So I don't know if you can see, but you can see my footprint dewy marks there. So should be, I think, any second soon here. I'll just speed her up maybe a little bit here. 4 times. It's kind of fun trying to hook on the plow there with the broken, whatchamacallit, Dewey for the 3-point hitch for the front mount. Snowing again, of course. It was snowing the whole time. It's still snowing outside now. Just get it done and it's, you know, still snowing, which really sucks. Well, there's 8 o'clock. Where am I? Where am I? I can't remember. I wasn't really looking at the time, so I couldn't exactly tell you what time it was. I passed by the camera thingy here. But it should be soonish. I would kind of sort of have thought. We will go 8 times. I actually ordered a couple of those things. Oh, there I am. I actually ordered a couple of those things for that thing. These things here. I told you the other day, but that's it. The push lockdown thing for the skid steer mount front thing. I ordered a couple from John Deere because I don't know, I don't have the right kind of rod to weld that, and the proper procedure to do it. I don't probably have the patience for it, so I just ordered a couple of new ones. The other one's still fine as far as I know, but I mean it could potentially have some little hairline cracks in it as well or whatever, you know, and it might snap off too. I don't know. Hard to kind of say. So yeah, you can see like it's really wet underneath, eh? And it was surprisingly heavy. I think I did a run, brake sliding there, run up here, and man, I got up to the office there, and it's like, holy cow! I got to find somewhere to dump this crap off of here. It was kind of sticking to the blade too, which is sort of weird. So of course it's still snowing, so you'll see this over with snow again. I don't kind of exactly know where after now I went and stuff. Oh, there was a couple of passes back and forth. Oh, no, the driveway was done. There we go. Doing that and did it there. Done. So yeah, and then we're pretty much up to and I'll cover it over again. I'm just quickly fast forwarding it here. Oh, bunny bird running around out there. It's funny. And I think that was mostly about it. And we're up to date again. So close the lot down. And there we are live out front. And yes, I do want to put in some more cameras here soon somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where I want to put them yet. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, you want to see? I'll show you when this came last night. Data search. So we want. Come on, mouse. Doesn't work very good on my cabinet here. 03. Okay, so that'll start at midnight as of yesterday. So we'll just zip through here. This will be all the daytime stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, okay. So I was actually out yesterday and did this little skiff of snow too. Now this is the day before today's. 6:57. It's almost 8 o'clock again there. So I'm out with a sweeper. It was only just a little wee, you know, of snow. So I just swept her out. Oh, there we are, finishing up the driveway. Let's see if I can. Ooh, not that much. You can see the sweep in action. Maybe we'll crank that up again. Look at the sun moving. That's cool. I did actually onto the grass there and blew all the crap into another pile. I can maybe scoop her away. Oh, texting Iron Man. Hello, Iron Man. Holy, texting a long time. See, I wasn't driving and texting. No, see, I pulled over. So that's good. I've never actually sort of seen it like this. It's kind of neat. Works pretty good for that little bits of snow, you know. Anything much bigger like today now, it would have sucked. It would have sucked. Because what it does is, if you get much more than 6 inches, it starts to build it up in front of the thing, and then it shoots it straight up in the air, and if the wind's blowing real bad, it blows right on top of you, and that really sucks. Wish it went this fast. Normally, that'd be kind of sweet. Funny thing too, you know, I was thinking last week there, oh, it's getting kind of nice. Grass is kind of greening up a bit. Maybe I should think about installing the mower. I'm kind of glad I didn't yet. I have to wait until she's got about 2 or 3 inches of growth, and then maybe we'll install the mower. So that's that, I guess. Okay, so progress through the rest of the day here. You know, it sort of melted off. It looks like pretty nice, and it wasn't looking really too bad. It's 11:16, 12:43. I get started around 6 p.m. Oh, you can see a little bit of wispilies in the air here now. A little bit of wispilies. And now she started. Okay, let's go back a little bit. What I want to do is put her in super fast time mode here, 64 times. And we can watch accumulations, how she accumulates. It's kind of neat. I'm going to see if I can minimize this. There, that's better. So we're 333 right now. She's starting to go crappy and stuff, so that sucks. Look at the garbage bin gets covered real fast, you know. I want to actually move it back soon too to the normal position out behind the garage here. See how the road gets all wet and it's all getting mushy and stuff down here? It's kind of neat. It's like the road's warm enough that it's melting it all off again. I guess because it had the sun earlier in the day, right? Lots of cars back and forth, in and out all day here. Over here, I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to frost over a bit. And then all of a sudden you'll see the whole driveway done. That's it. So that's what I was having trouble with, because it was all wet like this from underneath, you know, from yesterday. And that's what was giving me the problem with pushing this morning, because it wasn't like a dry snow on top. There's lots of birds running around yesterday too, all over the place. I don't know if you can pick those out from just from watching this, but so we're here now. It's starting to haze over, we'll say, and it's coming this way more, and now it's pretty darn near 6:21 right now, so it really started to go here. And there we go, she's all hazing over. That's cool, eh? And it's kind of slowed down a bit. We're like, oh great, that's awesome, it's almost done. And it starts to melt a little bit off the driveway, and then it picks up with the snow, and then we're screwed. And then you can really see her frosting over. That's pretty cool. So we're 7:14. 7:20, and she pretty much went through right till about 10 o'clock, I think. It was snowing, and it's still snowing now. Of course. There's almost 8 o'clock coming up. Well, you can see the time. I don't really need to tell you, do I? So you can see it changing right there. Not too bad at all. And the light's coming on here now. It's on, all nice and stuff, and then boom, it changes to the night vision. I wonder if there's a way you can actually not have it go to night vision. I think that'd be kind of neat. It's funny because it started to melt right down the middle here. See, and I don't know where that was coming from, but maybe off the roof stuff or something. I don't know. There's just after 9. You can see that, oh, I don't know if it's coming out, but you can see the real bright sky and stuff up here, you know, and all the reflections and stuff. It's kind of neat. So it's almost 10 o'clock now. You know, maybe it went a little longer than that, I can't remember. Might have. Anyways, that's kind of cool, eh? And then we're get back to, oh crap, how do I open this there? Then we get back to basically kind of where we are now. Well, till midnight anyways. Then it clicks over to the next recording, which we already watched. Yeah, so that's kind of sweet, eh? Close that again. And now it's covered over again. Figures, eh? Oh well. Okay, well I don't really know what we're gonna do today. I'm really sore and tired from yesterday. We had to go to my mom's house in town here and take down a great big tree for right in the backyard, which is an extraordinarily narrow backyard. It's kind of a weird lot they're on there. It's a corner lot, but it's a real narrow corner lot. But anyways, that tree was pretty big. It wasn't nearly as big as this big maple here. This is a pretty big maple. That one's probably 70 foot tall anyways. A lot of these maples, this was different. It was a maple, but it was a different kind of maple. I think it was like a silver maple or something. But basically some of the branches come off in the big ice storm we had. And they're like, oh, I think we want to get it all down. I'm like, okay. You should probably hire someone, you know, that is insured, first of all. And they're like, no, I think we can get enough people together. I'm like, okay. Of course, me, myself, and I offer up all my machinery. So that's, I think, what we're going to do today is some servicing and, you know, whatchamacalliting. Oh, I had her unlocked. Wire. So I had all my stuff out, pretty much. The big 660 out, or 271, I think that's in that box. Some of the smaller branches, like these ones, not quite that tall. Some of them were, and you know, I was able to. You're not supposed to, but put all 4 of my extensions on my big fella here, my 130, and he was sitting upside down, and he's leaking gas. I bet you this won't start now. Nope, this got flooded out from sitting weird. Anyways, so we'll have to clean all that out again. That'll be one job. And clear some landing room here. And we'll start bringing stuff in. And start cleaning stuff up, I guess, again. So everything went good. I had my buddy come over, actually, the guy that works at the steel dealership. He's a super awesome tree climbing with chainsaw kind of guy. He loves it. That's the thing, he always gets to work on these things and fixes them, but he never gets to actually use them. So I'm like, there you go, buddy. now you got time. You got a chance to. So up he went, gone like nothing. He just loves it, you know. So chain oil. And I even brought my wedges. We didn't even need them though. So that was good. I was cutting something once before and wedge got a little bit too close. Actually, it shifted on me. I was cutting and then I guess I didn't have it hammered in far enough and it got a little bit of a zing. There you go, sharp, eh? Whew. And our beating axe for beating the wedges. Oh, the big saw here. So we'll take him in. And, oh goodness. Got all my chains and stuff in there too, so it added quite a bit more. I had one problem yesterday with the pole saw. Well, actually, 2 problems really. I had 2 problems with the pole saw. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Woo! And that ever worked nice for cleaning stuff up after. Oh man, this thing's worth its weight in gold, let me tell you. Where that's probably about 50 ounces of gold there maybe, I don't know. I never actually held an ounce of gold to know how much an ounce of gold weighs. I think that'd be sweet sometime, but yeah, so I had one problem. Well, actually, I was saying 2 problems with my pole saw. One, well, actually there's 3 problems. The first problem is you're only supposed to put 1 extension on with your saw end and then your motor end. Well, I had 3 extensions on, plus the saw, plus the motor, so it's 2 extensions more than you're supposed to have. One of them was skipping, so inside of here there's a, it's kind of snowy right now, but there's a square drive shaft, and on the other end there's a little wire dewey, and they were skipping. So we'll service that up too. What else we got left out here? Yeah, so it was skipping, and the other problem was the one chain I got somehow twisted a little bit, and it kind of bent the chain. It didn't hurt the oh, that's not good for it. Oops. It didn't hurt the bar, which was surprising, but it did kind of mess up a chain. So I went and got safetied yesterday too. Got myself a helmet and then the chaps. I'll have to get them all a big clean off. Those can sit there for now. Okay, let's get the rest of the stuff in here. And it looks like I'm gonna need some more hands, so hang on a sec. Okay, where are you guys looking? There, about there somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna start with the big guy here first. He worked flawlessly yesterday. Now this guy we mostly used for, you know, where the tree comes up and some of the bigger branches kind of come out for all those, and then to the bottom stuff. It's very cold. It's been in my truck all night, so everything's gonna be like glue. And the trouble is I think it's, oh my goodness, I got the thicker stuff here for oil, so I might be able to get some to flow in, but it's gonna be pretty gooey, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, this thing, we were doing blocking with this too, so like the great big fellas, you had slice down this way and slice this way, and like there was shreds of stuff coming out all over the place. It was freaking awesome. So I always back these right off till the bottom's out. And these spikes on the side, oh man, those have got to be the best freaking things ever. Now I need my air gun, which I do believe I used right here last to blow the tractor off, so I'll just hold my second for me. Okay. We got air. So we're going to put some safety buoys on here, and I'm going to blow this, well, let me turn these a bit, maybe like that, there. Should do this outside, but surprising there isn't much in there. Still see how new it is too, eh? It's like clean, really, pretty much. These things come out. Sometimes there's, yeah, crapping behind, see? I think this thing's just on there to keep the chips from getting abused too much when they're coming out. Now I gotta make sure I put it on the right way. Flip it. Wire. No, I actually don't know. Must be something for the chips. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. So we'll pop this off. So there's some of the shreddings when you cut a block with the grains. You get these great big long shredding things like this. It's kind of neat. They just start billowing and piling up. It's actually kind of cool. So if you ever want any like good bedding or something, we're actually, Sarah says to me, oh, would that be good for the chickens? I'm like, yeah, might be. It's kind of wet wood, so it might kind of go kind of musty fast, moldy musty fast. So I'm like, I don't know, they might not like it. I don't know. Let me just grab a wiping dewy here. Oh, really? We just got started. Okay, phone call. Look at that. That was my last towel, and there's like a, they're normally that size, and there's like another extra half-ish, quarter-ish in there. So that was kind of funny. But anyways, let's scrub this thing off. So this is, I think that's a 20-inch bar. Nope. What do you measure from? 24, this one will be, I guess. Yeah, actually, that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure if they measure the whole bar or they just measure the actual cutting part. I would say 24. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But it is an 84 link, 3/8" pitch chain. Good size, good feller. And I think that's actually the second major time I've actually used it. I had the one tree come down here, and that's what I got it for, because I didn't have a real good big saw for cutting the, you know, the big parts of the tree. So this, you can do this two different ways. If you don't really have air, you can get something really skinny. Maybe I'll do one side with air, and I'll do one side with something really skinny if I've got something. I don't know if I do. But anyways, what you want to do is blow the chips and crap and stuff that gets built up in the groove of the bar here. So I just kind of put my safety duties down, because you'll get sometimes blasted back. Especially right down at the bottom here where it all does all the oiling and stuff. There are a lot smaller holes, they'll get bunged up quick. But actually it's not too bad. We did a bit of cut with this yesterday, but the main was with smaller saws. I'm just going to blow it out with air here. I don't have a real skinny thing right handy here, so okay. So yeah, there was a bit of crub on this side. Still a bit of crub. Still a bit of crub. I don't know if you can see it in the little oiling hole there. Hang on, I can't see what you're seeing. Whoa, wait a minute, right there. If I get this all in it, that's the oiling hole there. So it's still got a bit of crap in it. I don't like this style of bar as much as the older styles. There, she just blew out. The older styles have a hole that just goes straight through. But this is like a real sharp angle going up. Maybe it's better to shoot the oil there, but it does get bunged up faster, it seems. That one's got crap in it too. Come on, really? There. Yeah, the other one would have just blown right out just by doing this. I don't know, I'm not too sure if I like that a whole lot. There must be something behind it though, but anyways. So this bar is new, but you'd want to check for, sometimes it'll get burrs and stuff on the edge. You want to have a look at your little sprocket dewey here. It seems like it's moving pretty good. You sometimes can get crap, which I do actually have. Crap down inside of there. I don't know if you can see that. See the crap down there? So you want to kind of blow it out as best you can. Yep, that got her. And these bars used to have little holes to grease the little bearing assembly in here. They don't anymore for some reason. Now this is a replaceable tip, but I think by the time you got the new tip and replaced it, you might as well just buy a new bar. Like, and you have to rivet it back on and stuff. Like, I don't know. That seems silly to have a replaceable tip on it like that when you could just buy a whole new bar for like 60 bucks or something, where this is probably going to be like 40 plus all the screwing around to get it all back on. So yeah, that's my thought anyways. I don't understand why they do it, but okay, so yeah, there's a bit more of the shreddings here I'm telling you about earlier there. The shrapnel, so you get a bunch of real big shreddings like that, you know, coming out. So just what are we gonna do here? Just give this a blast. So I'm in the motor here then. Pop this top cover off just to have a look, but I got some different screws there I gotta get out for that, which one will need a bigger feller. But let's first get the air filter assembly off here. Okay. This will probably have a bit of crap in it. Pardon me. Yeah, she's a little buggy. Gotta service your equipment, so let's have a look here before we disturb it too much. You can see all the fine dust and stuff sucked into that, eh? So that's kind of cool. Worked good. And these are pretty sweet. They're like a little mini K&N filter almost. Sort of kind of feels like it, but I think they're just paper. So this will get blown up here. Now this I think comes off to, I'm gonna maybe just give her a quick little blast. I can't remember now if this actually just pops off or if this thing's screwed on here. This extra little cover here, I can't remember. I think it's all part of that whole assembly there. So maybe leave that alone, but I do want to pop just the side cover off here, or the top cover, sorry. Just to give the engine a little blowout in the, just a little blowout. It had a lot of dust infiltration yesterday. Let's just see where you're, yeah, that's pretty good. Come a bit closer for us there. How about there? Okay. Okay, I think there's only the two, from what I can remember. Oh, no, the third one buried. Wonder why it wasn't loose. That might be fun to get that one started again. Now she should be a little bit looser. I think. I don't know, I've never had one off before. So. Oh, I know what's wrong. I'm going to take the spark plug boot off. A wire. I might have to actually pull that spark plug out too. I don't know. Yep, looks like I might if I want to get that right off. Maybe not. Maybe not. There. This kind of pulled out on me a little bit. So get that a little blast. There's a little bit of chips down in there. Air deflector thing there, so you kind of don't want to mess with that too much. It's not really too bad in here, but when we get down into the electronic-y stuff a little bit, I wouldn't mind giving that a little bit of a blast. That's pretty good. This thing keeps wanting to come out on me, and that's silly. Now I wonder if we should, let's take that off again. Should have a look at the spark plug while we're this close, maybe. It seems to be fine, I'm not sure, because it hasn't had that much hours on it. It's only had maybe 8 hours put on it, maybe at the most. Yeah, it's not too bad looking. If you can get a view on that, get some of this there, maybe. Come on now. Yeah, there you go. So it's not too bad. I'll keep driving on with that, I think. Seemed to have been running pretty happy yesterday, so drive on. Okay. Might be easier to put this thing on after, maybe. Air deflector. Actually, it might be easier to put it on after. Get off! That feller back in there. The spark plug wire. It's got to squish in. Squish on again. Good. I love Still stuff because they always make all the bolts pretty well the same. Pretty well, okay. Like they're all pretty much all the same heads. And most of them, well, some of them are a little longer, but they're all pretty darn near the same, you know, length too. Whereas other saws, like these 3 bolts I took out of here, they would have been all different heads, they would have been all different, you know, lengths. Some saws seem to be like that. It's like, come on, can you make it easy for us peoples? You know, like tearing things apart. And you kind of don't really need to remember so much of where each bolt went. Like I bet you all 3 of those bolts probably didn't get in back to the exact same spot, but they're all the same bolt. So it's pretty cool. I should have showed you the decompressor thing here. If you try to pull it now, it's really hard, right? Lots of compression. You push that down, it leaves some of that compression off, so it's a little easier for you to start it. Last little bit of shrapnel, and this little deflector can hopefully go back in here. Not much holds that down. Okay, air filter should be good. I probably could have taken this other cover off too, but I think it'll be all right. Filter cover, I need to screw you. The thing I don't like about this saw is it's got the, still using the older style caps and plugs. Which is fine. But they're not toolless. Whereas my other saw here is toolless. So that's the benefit. So we will top it up. See how tight that is? You never get that off by hand. This thing pretty hard on fuel, but it's amazing what that fuel gets you. She works pretty darn good. It's not a tremendously huge fuel tank either, so really it's actually really good on fuel, really, because of the size of the tank. Isn't tremendously huge. It's good. We'll leave a little bit of room for any kind of expansion that we might possibly get. Now it's mixed 50 to 1. So 50 parts gas to 1 part oil. Still two-stroke oil. Actually, no, I'm going to leave that like that because I'm going to have other saws to fill up. So, okay, let's see how gooey thick our chain oil is today from being outside. I think it was that one I was using. Yeah, the other one's still full. It's maybe not too bad, but it was like thick. Yeah, it's thick enough it piles up on itself, if you know what I mean. When you pour it, you can see like piles up and then it smooths out. So it's pretty thick. Yesterday it was see. Yesterday it was like pouring hot marshmallow. It was pretty thick. Okay, we'll just give that a little cleanage. And I think the chain is still good. What I can remember from my cutting yesterday was still good. So we'll so I'm getting a little bit of crap building up on that bar already. This is probably because of the thick gooey oil. I don't know if that's going to hardly get it off too much, but this sometimes doesn't glide through the wood quite as nice then. That's alright, I guess. Okay. So everything looks good there. Put that bar back on. Let's have a look at this chain. Yeah, they're looking still pretty good. There's still some cutting left in those. Now I'm looking for how pointy the point is on the point. So if I can get you to look at that. Hang on a second, I'm going to try to get a better shot. Okay, so I'm looking at how pointy the point is on the point. Plus like the cutting edge there too. That's pretty good sharp point there yet. It's not dulled over or mushed over. There might be one on here somewhere that's not as nice a shape, but they're all looking pretty good. So I think we'll drive on with this chain again, and we'll just plunk this one back on. Sometimes if you hit something in the wood, a piece of dirt, actually there's a bad one there that's not the greatest. Let me show you the shot on this one. See if I can get you zoomed in on that maybe. Maybe. Come on camera. You can do it. So you can see the point on this one is a little mushied. It's not going to cut 100%, but it's probably about it's probably about 70% still pretty good. So we'll drive on. I'll be happy with that. It was still cutting pretty good yesterday, so. Okay, this is much easier to do this on the bench than it is on the ground where we were yesterday. I had to put a chain on the other saw, and man, I was having a heck of a time just to get the stupid thing all lined up. It sucked. But eventually I did, of course, get it. There's that, and then this can get 2 nuts on. 1 and 2, and it's very important that you put your chain on the right way, or it will not do much at all. Yeah. Make sure everything's rolling free-ish. Now you want to tighten your chain, but you don't want it to be killer tight, or it's going to go really bad and burn out a lot of stuff real fast. Burn out your chain, burn out your bar, burn out your sprockets really fast. Like your drive sprockets. So you want to just have it kind of meet the bar. That's almost maybe too tight a cutter there. And it's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. Sometimes after you run it for a little bit, it will actually loosen up. Alright, I'm going to give it a quick run. I know it runs, but just, you know, for you folks, we'll give her a quick little buzz here and let's make sure everything's good. The chain's oiling. I'll show you how to make sure your chain is oiling. You can obviously see the oil on it, but I'll show you a little technique that I learned. Okay, so we'll fire up here, lock the choke and the throttle on, we'll lock the chain so I won't cut my face off. The compression is on from before, so what we're going to want to do is fire it up, run it, get it a bit warmed up, you know, and when we go to second. We're going to see if it's going to oil. What we're going to do is put the bar really close to the ground. Don't touch the ground, because there goes your chain. And see if we can see like a little red line coming. So what that is the oil getting spun off the end of the bar, hitting the ground. So that's what we're looking for. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so you can see those 3 lines starting. I did 3 there, and that means the chain's oiling, so that's awesome, and that's what I like to see. Alright, so after doing that, you might get a little bit of excess oil coming out of the underneath there, you know, so you just want to put her up on a little towel just for a little bit. It'll drip into the towel, not onto wherever you put her. So, okay, let's get the next guy out. I got all my chains all wrapped into everything here. This one had a fair good exercise in yesterday, so he's going to be pretty grimy. By the looks of things, it almost needs a wash, but you can get most of the crap off with the pardon me, air pressure stuff. So. This one had a new chain yesterday, so it's really not too bad either. We had one that was starting to get kind of crappy, so we switched. Okay, those there, this can come off. Lots of crap in here. Just gonna tap it out in the garbage can. Oh, okay. We'll give that thing a blast off last. Yeah, that chain's still good. It's nice and sharp and pointy yet, so we'll just leave that for next. And we're gonna do this bar now. Crappy in there, isn't it? You can hear the stuff. I don't know with the sound crap on this camera, the wind dampening. You might not hear that. This is blowing the chunks out of the bar here. Pretty good. Needs a little more here though. Well, we've done all that blowing there, and that's the first time the air compressor turned on. That's pretty slick. Now, somewhere I thought I had some new towels, but I have to open up a new Dewey, I guess, here. Ooh. First couple are always, oh, that wasn't too bad. Usually the first couple are hard to get out. But that one wasn't too bad. Okay, so you can see these holes for the oil and are straight drilled. They're not on that huge wicked angle like this, angled way in. So I kind of like these ones better. It's a little bit bigger hole too, I think. But anyways, that's all right. Now once again, no greasing for the end. I guess they figure they must figure the whatchamacallit's enough. The oil. Okay, so this is going to need some blowing. Pretty much got the externals. Let's have a look at some of the internals now. Ooh, she did it dusty. A little bit dusty there, eh? Can you see her? See the crap in it? Look at that. Just want to take her off real easy. You don't want any bits to fall in. Just a light dusting. And this will, hopefully nothing goes inside. Should all blow back out anyway. I don't think I'm going to check the plug on this one. It was running good too. We'll give them a little fire up when we're done putting them back together. Okay. So it looks pretty good. I should almost probably replace that, but I think for now it's alright. It's alright. This one has a little decompression too on it here. That thingy. And fill her up with crap here, I guess. This one's got a few more hours on it. This old girl. Not that old though, it's a 12 or 13 I think. Ew. Okay, let's see if we can pour some of this garbage in here. Oil's oil, I guess. It's a bit thick though when it gets cold. So it must be the summer stuff. I think the summer stuff was thicker stuff and the winter stuff is thinner stuff. So it doesn't do that in the winter. Oh man, it's like boogers. Boogers. And these kind of caps are alright, but sometimes they don't actually lock down right. And you pick your saw, whatever, up, and then the gas comes pouring out because they have to like do like this half twist and then lock in. They work, but they're not the greatest. I don't know why my gas cap thing will not stay in here. Pull too tight, it's going to break the little string. Okay, so we're about less than half a tank. I think, actually, you know what? All the cutting we did yesterday, I think I only filled this saw up once, twice maybe. in the big saw once. It was phenomenal, actually, how much you can actually cut with one. Not gonna stay. Hope so. Okay. Yep, she stayed. So you can put smaller bars on this. I think this is actually a 20-inch. If I remember right. Yeah, that'd be a 20. And I've got a 16 or 18-inch for it too. So this is, oh, it tells you here, but I can't remember. 80-inch chain, or 80-link chain, sorry. And the big saw is actually 84, so it's not a whole lot bigger. But the big saw here, the 660, you can actually put a 36-inch bar, I think it was, on it. So that's pretty huge. But the great big saw, the 880, this next one bigger than that, which is their biggest one, I think you can put a 5-foot bar on it. That's just getting ridiculous. Okay, I just got to blow out the side cover here. Maybe it's a 6-foot bar, I can't remember now. I know it's more saw than I want to be playing with. That's for sure. So we'll just look at this chain. Oh yeah, that's beautiful still. This was a brand new chain when I put it on, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Come on, you rat, get in there. Okay. Took me like 4 minutes the other day just to do what I just did right there yesterday. I was having so much freaking trouble. I'm like, what the crap? Just go on. And I made particular attention that I put the stupid thing on right. That'd be my luck, I'd get it on after struggling, and like it would have been backwards. So anyways, whatever. So we just want to pull up the tip of the bar. Dewey off, just make sure she's rolling. It's pretty good. Just tighten her to the bar. Don't do any more. Yeah. Okay, let's go give this guy a little test run. Alright. MS270. 70. Make sure that stays locked. High spinning saw. Apparently it's something to do with the emissions, my buddy was telling me there. He works at Still at the dealership here. He says it spins up really high to keep the emissions down, or burn the emissions up better or something. So let's give her a shot here. It doesn't seem to be oiling for some reason. I don't know if the hole's still blocked or what, but let's go have a look. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be shoot any oil out. So we could have a system problem. It was working yesterday as far as I know. What I'm going to do is just take it all apart here again. And well, maybe it is oil, just not very much. Check the bar here. There's a little bit splattered inside here, so maybe it's oiling, but you can see it up on the guard there, splattered. But it's not, it wasn't oiling as much as I like to see on the ground, so. Yeah, it's oiling out of there. Let's just check the bar here again. Looks alright. Give her a little blast here again, maybe just to say we did. There's a little bit of crap left in there, but not a pile. Okay, let's just fire it up. I want to see if it's coming out of the oiler here. Oh, Nelly. Compression City, eh? Awesome. I always want to start. What the heck? Yeah, that's oiling. That's good. Maybe because the oil's a bit thicker in the saw right now, it's having a bit of trouble. Some of these had adjusters for the oiler. I don't think this does. Okay. Well, it's oiling. I can see it pouring out of the side there and bleeding. So I'm gonna say we're good. Just double check that hole. It's all clear. So. Really? We'll put her back together here, and I think it should be fine. I didn't do it. Just give this a little wipe out. It's probably because of the stuff was kind of thick. The saw, after running for a bit, would probably warm that up a little anyways, and then she'd be all good. So give me a sec, Mr. Text Messages. Holy. A little bit too tight. Now if you can pay attention to how I'm holding my hand here, if you hold your hand like this too close, you're going to slice your hand like you would not believe. You want to make sure you have a good around the bar so you don't come in contact with your hand if you're going to try to do it that styly way. Because that's a real sharp chain. Unfortunately, the chain will win every time, not your hand. Now, if someone was smart, they would have a pair of gloves on. But my gloves I forgot in the truck, so... No, actually, they're at the house. My other coat from yesterday, so... Okay, that's good. I'm going to put that one away, and then we'll work on the pole saw next. Alright, pole saw! This thing actually did, I think, a lot of the work yesterday, honestly. Not maybe as much, we'll say, maybe as the chainsaws, but it saved a lot of climbing. Because with all, with all three extensions extensions plus this piece plus the motor piece is 17 feet. And that's standing on the ground. 17 whole feet, so that's pretty awesome. Goodness sakes, I don't remember putting it on that tight. So it worked great because, you know, we'll say this is the branch hanging out the big tree here. You'd cut, and then the branch would kind of go like this, and then fall down. Worked perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm very happy with it. So I'm just going to blow the side cover off here. Okay. I thought I was kind of feeling a little bit of moisture coming through that air maybe there, unless it was just coming off the little cover here. Might have to drain out that tank out there. Yeah, that huge tank and then coming through the line and then this big tank, you wouldn't think there'd be any water. Or much water. Anyway, oh, I think it was. This is all wet. I don't think it was the air. Okay, so 12-inch bar, so cute. So cute. Yeah, it's pretty bunged up too. So we'll give him a blasting. Pretty good. And we'll give this guy a little blasting. That's pretty good. And this was actually another fairly new chain too. I'll show you the other chain after. It got a little bend in the one link, but I think I might be able to straighten it, maybe. This one was still cutting super awesome, so I am happy. But if you're gonna get yourself a pruning saw or a pole saw like this, oh, get one of these. It is so awesome. Super awesome. Super awesome. Oop, you probably want to look at that, don't you? Sorry. I still had you in showing you the blow-in method there. This thing doesn't kind of sort of stand up really good on its own. So you got to kind of have about 6 hands when you're doing it. It's actually better when it's attached to the machine. And it's really nice too, because when you're cutting, the chips don't necessarily come out the bottom so much, they kind of fling out forwards. Now if you get the wind in the wrong spot, well, you're going to get coated. It's kind of, you're going to get her kind of thing. And these ones you really don't want to be too tight on, especially because it's not exactly a direct drive, this thing. It's got a drive gearbox, shaft, whatever, you know. So, yeah.
So that's not too bad. We'll check the oil here. This thing, I don't know, it barely hardly uses any oil. I guess because it's not like a full chainsaw where, you know, like for like a long time. Where this is just kind of like cutting a branch, fall it, and then you use your chainsaws to finish it, right? So it's like pouring molasses. That's a good saying. Pouring molasses, the stuff when it's cold. There. I think that should be good. Okay. Get a little cover for this. And I don't need to test that, and everything else was fine. So we'll go put the stuff back away, and then we're looking pretty good. Okay, so those are good. Let's see what was going on with this thing. It might have been sitting funny, and a bit of gas or something might have leaked out or something, and maybe bunged up the filter or something. And I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes this thing does this, and I don't really know why. It must maybe get a little bit of a siphon or something going on, and some of the gas comes spewing out or something. I don't know. Maybe it needs the carburetor rebuilt. I don't know. Yeah, she's pretty wet. So let's get a fresh towel here. Make sure you guys are in the shot pretty good, I guess. And we'll try to get this thing out without wrecking them. Yeah, you can see she's pretty drenched. Pretty drenched, that's why she wouldn't start. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's just gets a bit of gas, I guess, flowing out, and then bungs her off or something. I don't know. Now, I'm sure I got one of these for spare. We can let this one dry out. Look at the gas coming out of her. She's a little drenched. Now this thing probably will start in here. Although, you know what we could do? We could open up our new window. Hang on, I can open up the new window. Hopefully it opens. Oh yeah. Hopefully that allows enough air to come in for our vent here. Let's see if she'll start. That's all it was. So I guess I can probably try to dry this out a little more here. I think that should do. She's even cleaned and lubricated now. Look at that, eh? Perfect. I wouldn't actually mind having a look at the spark plug in this. Now, if I can remember right, it's like a real tiny one. If I can remember right. Under this plug, but they don't make it really easy. Oh, okay. I actually want to maybe turn that I want to just have a look under this top cover maybe too as well. And we'll pop the plug out and have a look at that. Now this thing's always been weird with running. Now I don't know if it's because of the size of the engine, it takes a bit more to get it warm, but it's always had quite a hesitation until it kind of actually gets going. For about 3 or 4 minutes, you have to pretty much start it and just kind of run her. If you don't, it'll blah, 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 for like ever. It's always done that right from new. Normally they'll do that a few times and then kind of be good, right? With most engines, but see, those are all the same size screw. Now maybe because I missed one. Maybe because of the size of the engine, like this is a fairly big engine in this thing. She could also have some vacuum leaks that seal up once it gets warm, right? It's not looking too bad, but it is kind of wettish around the head here. Not the head, the valve cover, sorry. These are a valved engine. So I want to just maybe have a look at that. I do have some stuff that I could maybe put back in that might help it a little bit. And it's cool stuff. It's made by Permatech. And it's basically put it on, put it back together and use it kind of thing. See, I think there's a bit of leakage around here. It's fairly wet around the very flange area, but then it's kind of damp and gooey around there. So I kind of think I might do that. Crap, you know what though? I don't have anything really to clean this with. I think you can put it on oily though. I'll read the instructions on it. Let me grab it. No, sorry, it's made by Loctite. High flex form in place gasket joint. Anaerobic. I think that's the right word. She doesn't really say on here. Probably does on the package. It just tells you if you get it in your face what to do. Crap, I don't think I have a container either now. Oh well, I'm going to give her a try. You just can't put too much of this stuff on. Because it actually does kind of go, you know, gooey. This is going to be tricky because this is a pretty tight area here. Let's see if I can get in a bit closer while I'm doing this for you guys here. Oh, you know what? I need some on that side too. It's probably just going to leak past the other way, and I should probably just get a new gasket for it. Really. You know what? There might be a better way to do this. I'm just squirting it out of here. Just put little blobs of it around. And just kind of keep smearing it. You just need a thin layer, just a thin layer. This is like a cork gasket. Now if I was still really good at making gaskets, I could probably make one of those. Which I probably could, but okay. So let's use our screwdriver. It's clean. Smear a bit of this around. Oops. Okay. Off a little excess. It's pretty clean here. Make sure we put her on the right way. Good. Got it back down. There's only one bolt holding this whole entire cover, so that's kind of weird, but and maybe, you know, we did adjust the valves in it, because I was saying to him, my buddy there, it was kind of running weird. He's like, oh, it probably needs the valves adjusted. So we did adjust them, and I don't know, it almost seemed to be kind of worse after that. But maybe because it was leaking out of that, maybe we didn't tighten it down enough too. It could have been something simple as that, right? Okay, sparky plug. Kind of not in a good spot. There he is. I'll try to do that maybe. So this is a really small plug in this thing. Oh crap. That one's too big. Woo! We're good. NGK. That's not the best looking. I don't know if you can see that really too well, but she's pretty chocolatey up there. Maybe I'll try to give it a little cleaning. Okay, so a little better. So some people will probably tell you, oh, just put that in the sandblaster and sandblast it. That's actually really not a good idea. Because what'll happen is you'll shoot sand. You'll shoot sand down the middle there, and you'll never get it out. And then that could potentially be an arc over point. And then you have a grain of sand in your engine, potentially. So you don't want to do that. So, I'm almost out of battery. Hang on. I must have picked a battery that is not in super great shape today or something for the camera, or I've been talking too long. Probably been talking too long. Now another issue you can have with something not wanting to run right is where your exhaust port is that comes out the exhaust side. There's like a little wee tiny hole there. Sometimes that can get kind of bunged off, and that'll definitely reduce your performance a lot. As far as I know, this one should be fine. I don't really want to take it off. I mean, it's running fine when it gets warmed up, so but you know what, for sake of saying, we can show you here while we got her kind of all apart. Just pull the exhaust muffler off, and you'll be able to see inside. Now, why it gets bunged up is if you're mixing too much oil with your gas, the carbon doesn't get burnt up enough in that explosion in the engine when it's running, and it just builds up there. It builds up everywhere, like there was a little bit on the plug there even, eh? So, you know, it builds up on these places, and then you basically lose performance. And it'd be hard to start, I think, too. Where this one's always started good, so it's just keeping it running when it's cold. So it's going to be really, well, this is a different setup too. This isn't exactly like a true two-stroke. How am I going to show you here? Hang on a sec. Okay, so it's hard to get the light right. Sorry. Nope. There you can see the valve in there. It's got a bit of crud on it. But see the hole, like this round hole, sometimes they'll get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it makes it even harder for the exhaust to get out, right? So you got to kind of keep tabs on that and make sure you're mixing your gas to what they recommend. Which with these it's 50 to 1. So I think that's probably fine. There's a little bit of crud there I'll try to get off. It's a very small hole, like it's tiny, but you can see the crud I just scrubbed off there, right? So generally, if you're doing everything the way that they recommend, I guess I need a gasket on there too. If you're doing everything the way they recommend, you should pretty much get the life of your machine without having to do that. Is the idea. That does not feel right. Although I think it is, right? Nope. So something's fishy. Something's fishy. Oh, I know what it is. I didn't put the gasket in right. Gotta go underneath. That's a little more better. Get the bottom one in before I get these two cranked down too tight. And they're torqued to BILLSTMAXX. That's good. It's good. Okay, now we got to get this thing all fished back in here. That all lined up again. That one lined up, and bang bang, there we go. 2 bolts on the front, 1 in the back. And they're all the same bolt. Love it. Super awesome. Torxes are nice because, you know, when the bolt's not really seizured, you can actually kind of get away with a little bit of an angle. Instead of having to be straight on, you can get a little bit of an angle going. So it kind of helps if you can't get straight onto something. See, I'm on an angle there and I'm still turning it in. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, we'll just double check. Check the torque. Good. Air filter cover. There's good. Put the spark plug boot back onto the spark plug. Root them down till you hear it kind of snap. And we should be good. beautiful. I love it. Okay, I guess you can see that. See that link right here, and this one here. She's got a little bend in her. She got a little bit pinched there, I think. That one's got a little bend too, so I'm gonna try to straighten it. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. She definitely needs a sharpen though. Oof. So I should be able to. Crap, where'd it go? There it is. Should be able to just isolate that one, and then it feels better. And this one's going this way. Eyes are screwing with me or something. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell when you don't have it in the bar, but it might work. Still got a little bendage, but they're moving a little better now though. A little bit. It might be alright still, I don't know. You can see this bottom tooth here though, she was burning a little bit, getting a little hot. Hang on, I got to put it on the bench to get better light here. I got you guys plugged into the one outlet here, so I'd have to take my light off, but you can see the burnage on that one, eh? She's a little bad, so hopefully it's all right now. So part of this safety kit too, I was telling you about, I went out and got the safety kit. I never had one before. I thought, well, you know what, we're taking down this pretty big tree, and we kind of need some safety stuff. So these are the safety chaps. They have that, oh, I can't think of what that stuff's actually called. It's like a Kevlar stuff or something in there, but basically if you cut through, there's a bunch of stranded stuff in here. It gets sucked in by the chain, and then it all binds up the drive on the saw. It's probably a nightmare getting it all apart, but it saves you chopping your leg off. So there's videos of the guys, just stops just like that, right? And it doesn't even cut through to the back. Oh man, I'm getting all dirty now. It doesn't even cut through to the back stuff, so that was pretty awesome. And the kit also come with the sweet helmet, you know, with the ear duties, kind of all sawdusty now, and flip down mask for, you know, keeping the big crap out of your face, but you're supposed to wear eye protection as well. So, and then you got a hard hat too. So luckily we didn't have to use anything yesterday. I used it, but we didn't have to use anything, if you know what I mean, which was good. I was happy. And we were taking this tree down, which is probably actually, you know what, no wider than what my shop is here. So well, let's just say that this wall here was the fence. This is their yard. I told you it was a really narrow yard. And then this, where this wall is, would be like the start of their deck, which is like another 5 or 6 foot wide, and then the house. So yeah, not very wide to have a huge tree. A huge tree the size, well, I don't know if it's the size of this this pail. No, it was bigger than that. So we basically had this tree right beside the fence. So it's actually further away there. It was like, you know, there might have been about this much room from the tree to the fence, and then like this much yard, and then the house. So we had to take that tree down that was probably about 45, almost 50 feet maybe altogether. But that was a challenge. We got her though. But no, sorry, I didn't film any of that because I was going nuts, you know. So I didn't have time for moving and adjusting cameras all day. So, but anyways, yeah, there we go. So needless to say, I've had enough of wood cutting for a little while. All that crap I done around here, and then we did his great big tree there, their great big tree. I've had enough cutting wood for a little bit. because I did a pile around here before that, right? So, and this is all results of that stupid storm that we had, that big ice storm. Knocked a bunch of crap down, and their tree was mostly just some of the higher ones. But they're like, yeah, maybe we better get that down. And the funny thing was, I told my mom about 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago now, oh my God, when she put that thing in, I'm like, that's gonna be a big tree there, you know. Yep, that's fine. Okay. And guess who had to take it down mostly? Now, otherwise, other helping, like the whole family helped, and then my buddy from the dealership helped. He's like the tree monkey guy, so he was up, you know, doing all the high stuff after I couldn't reach anymore with my pole saw. I'm not a climber. I can probably get up. It's the getting down, but the getting down is really the easy part because you just let go, and down you go. But I thought, no, I don't think I want to be doing that. So luckily he loves doing that stuff. Like I say, he gets to work on the stuff all the time and fixing them and stuff, but he never actually gets to use them, which kind of sucks, you know. Whereas I worked on them here today and I get to use them too, so I get kind of both things, right? Where it kind of sucks for him because he doesn't, you know, get to cut down trees and stuff with the saws he fixes, right? It's just, oh, customer brings this broken or whatever, fixes it, sends it back, and then that's it. So it kind of sucks in a way for him, but so he loves it. He loves getting up in the trees and chopping, blocking, and knocking bits off and stuff. But yeah, so anyways, I guess that's probably about it. Probably gone a little bit too long today, but she was a good service and day. We got everything done and all good to go. So anyways, tomorrow, I have no idea what we're doing. I kind of thought I might have been rolling lawns by now with my roller, but no, apparently there's still snow on it, so that's not happening. Hopefully it melts again, and we can get back to kind of where we were, because it was really nice, and now it's really crappy. And yeah, but anyways, I'm going to head her out. We'll catch you later. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Like I say, I don't exactly know, maybe tomorrow or what, but like I say, I don't really have too much else going on really right now. It's been kind of between things, right? Like, you know, we're not mowing grass, we're not really doing snow yet, still. The potential is not really there, although it snowed today, as you know, but for this time of year, it's kind of weird. You know, usually we're warming up and stuff, but not yet, apparently. So anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks again for watching, and have a good night, and we'll catch you next time.